This section covers the use of SSL to secure data to and from MongoDB and between nodes. It also covers access to MongoDB using programming languages. This starts with a process to build MongoDB from source in order to support SSL. The SSL-ready build is then verified and packaged for distribution to deployment servers. Authentication and authorization are explored, and programming examples using PHP and Python are shown. This video focuses on building MongoDB from source using Python SCons. Prerequisites are installed prior to obtaining the MongoDB source. SCons is then used to build MongoDB. The build process requires a lot of disk space and memory. As a rule of thumb, plan on having at least 40 gigabytes of free disk space and 2 gigabytes of RAM. The build process also takes a while to complete, so plan enough time to let the build complete. The public MongoDB downloads do not support SSL. There are two ways to get an SSL-ready build of MongoDB. The first is to purchase an enterprise support license through MongoDB. The second is to build from source. In order to build from source on Ubuntu Linux, we need to install Git, SCons, libssldev, and build essential. We can install all of those with this command. Next, it's necessary to obtain the latest source code, which can be downloaded from the MongoDB website. In this case, wget is used to download the source. Next, the source is unpackaged using the tar command, and we change into that directory, after which the build process happens within the source directory. To give some context, I'm going to run the date command and copy the time into a text file. We'll compare this with the end time to complete when the build is done. In the most basic scenario, it should be sufficient to run scons --SSL all. By opening a duplicate session and looking at the top report on the server that's currently building scons, it can be seen that the build process takes advantage of only one processor. This means that adding additional processors for the build process won't speed the time to build. Now that the compilation is done, we have a current time given by the date function. The start time was 15:53:48 and the end time 17:29:56, which means that the total build process took 1 hour and 36 minutes to complete. A listing on this directory shows the binaries that resulted from the build process. We can use the df command to show that 75% of the disk is consumed. And the disk usage command shows that 27 gigabytes is consumed by files related to the MongoDB source or build process. Depending on your system, you may need to accommodate this size. In this video, the prerequisites of SCons, libssldev, and build essentials were installed. The latest MongoDB source was obtained, and SCons was used to build MongoDB from source with SSL support. The next video will show how to verify and package the binaries for distribution to production servers.